Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Monday to everybody. So, everybody's been following these transfers, all of these quarterbacks in the transfer portal. We've seen some big names like Derek King going down to Miami, and we'll probably see some more here very, very near future. A couple of weeks ago, Brice announced that he was going to be transferring from Clemson as a graduate. And if you saw my original video that I did a host of schools where he would possibly fit well. I did put Duke in that category as one of his possibilities. Now, I didn't want to see him go in the ACC because I didn't want to see him potentially face off against Clemson at some point. But Duke's not on Clemson's schedule. The only way Clemson and Duke would meet next year is if Duke won the Coastal Division, and of course Clemson won the Atlantic Division, and they met in Charlotte. But look, if you're going to go anywhere in the ACC, Duke is the place you want to go if you're a quarterback. Why? Well, we know why. David Cutcliff. David Cutcliff is a proven elite-level quarterback developer. Now, this tells me more than I already need to know, more than I already knew about what Brice is looking for over the next 2 seasons, because he has two seasons of eligibility left, even though he's a graduate. My question was, I didn't know what his NFL aspirations were, but the fact that he chose to go to Duke when he could have chose a lot of schools. Listen, he could have picked from several different schools who are in the conversation for probably being a playoff contender next year. Okay, Duke's not in that conversation. So this tells me that Brice is wanting to take a crack at the NFL. If you look at some of the players that Cutcliff has mentored, quarterbacks into the NFL, I'm sure you guys already know who these people are. Obviously, the legendary Hall of Famer Peyton Manning, his younger brother Eli Manning, who's also going to be a Hall of Famer. 4 Super Bowl wins between the two of them. And most recently and most notably, current New York Giant quarterback Daniel Jones. Now, there's a lot of eerie similarities between Brice and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones might be a little bit bigger. I don't think people realize how big of a kid that Brice is. He's 6'3", 230 pounds. To put that in perspective for you, what did Trevor Lawrence this year? I know he's 6'5" or 6'6", 6'5 and a half or whatever, but he was 230. So he weighs the same. He's the same weight as Trevor Lawrence, but he's two and a half inches shorter. So he's a stocky kid. He can move. He's a true dual threat quarterback. He's got a big arm. So he reminds me a lot of Daniel Jones. Also, Brice is a very cerebral player, very smart kid. So I think, look, this is good for him. This is also good for the ACC. Bad for anybody that's facing Duke these next couple of seasons in the Coastal. That's the other thing, is if you look at the Coastal Division in the ACC, you got a bunch of teams that, listen, there's 5 different teams in the Coastal that could possibly win that division next year. Getting Brice at Duke just raised their chances significantly as far as I'm concerned. So I think this was a great move. This also is good for him if he doesn't pursue the NFL, or if he doesn't end up making it or succeeding in the NFL, because I'm pretty sure if you're a Clemson graduate undergrad and you have a master's degree from Duke University, I don't think you're going to have a hard time finding work if the NFL thing doesn't work out. But anyways, I'm not surprised by this, and at least a lot of people called this. Duke was definitely a very popular opinion for a place that he might go. I also heard a lot of Wake Forest because of Jamie Newman transferring to Georgia, Mississippi State with Mike Leach, those sort of things. But knowing the kind of kid that Brice is, and knowing the kind of coach that David Cutcliff is, this seems like a match made in heaven. And I wish him the best. I just hope we don't see him in Charlotte. I don't want to play against Brice. But we'll see. All right, guys, thank you. That's just my update on Brice. I will see you guys very soon. Pigskin Pete is checking out.